And a pleasant good evening to everybody. Welcome to Maryvale High School for Arizona Youth Football League action of the American Youth Football League. And today we have the Wolfpack taking on the Boyz in the 8th grade division. Eric Anderson will have the call of the game. I'm Jeff Lowry. A beautiful early evening game here as temperatures fallen a little bit since the conclusion of the previous game that we had here on apmvideo.com. And so now we're in the upper 80s. The sun is starting to set, and it should be a great, great night for football. So the two teams, as you can see, out at midfield for the coin toss to start things. And our game today is being brought to you by the husband and wife law team and Shields of Chandler Mall, Arizona. So Eric will be joining us here in a moment. And we will have the opening kickoff coming up next here on APN Sports. And it looks like the Boyz are going to receive the opening kickoff. So when we come back, all the exciting play-by-play action of this one in just a moment.
So, you want to be the best? The best commit to showing up before dawn, perfecting form, pushing limits, even when no one's watching. To be the best, you show up always. Every swing, every drill, every sprint matters. You keep going. When the moment is here, you show up ready. Shields.
They have no idea what they're about to see. A team that's actually ready. They're counting on us to quit.
You don't stand a chance. This will be a cakewalk.
This is what we've waited for.
We've prepared for this, but they're bigger than us. They're all talk. Our team is not afraid to fight.
We are the husband and wife law team.
Call the husband and wife law team first.
That was great, Alexis. I didn't even get hit this year.
So, you want to be the best? The best commit to showing up before dawn, perfecting form, pushing limits, even when no one's watching. To be the best, you show up always. Every swing, every drill, every sprint matters. You keep going. When the moment is here, you show up ready. Shields.
They have no idea what they're about to see. A team that's actually ready. They're counting.
And welcome back, everybody. Eric Anderson along with Jeff Lowry. Second ball game here today. The Vale Boyz out of Maryvale here, 4-2 on the season. It's the 8th grade team against the Cmff Wolfpack. It's Coach Mike Casas, his football foundation. They're 2-4 on the season. They are to the North Valley, and one thing to keep in mind, the Wolfpack, they're a younger team than the Boyz. The Wolfpack in that looking a lot like the University of Texas, that rustic red, I guess. You look at it, and then the white, the Boyz on the left, and a high driving kick from the 18-yard line. From the 18, the Boyz, McJunkin here around the near side, and he's all the way out to the 45-yard line. A 27-yard return by Amadi McJunkin. And the tackle for the Wolfpack, Keith Fallon. Wolfpack 2-4, Maryvale 4-2. Again, the Boyz out of the Maryvale here are an older team. You've got some younger guys, 12 years old and under for the Wolfpack. So Wolfpack playing up a little bit as far as age group goes. The Boyz rotate quarterbacks. Caden Turner, number 8, and MJ Escobedo Jr. are the quarterbacks. And it'll be Caden Turner, the quarterback, to start for the Boyz. First down and 10 from their own 45-yard line. He fakes it in a delay going straight ahead, going left is Turner, fighting his way, and he picks up about 9 over midfield down to the 47-yard line. Taken down inside with the Wolfpack and number 77, Maximus Gomez Reyes. Keep an eye on a 12-year-old middle linebacker for the Wolfpack wearing number 8, Jacob Martinez. Guy to keep an eye on as far as running back for the Boyz, number 15, Jace Brown. Certainly a guy to keep an eye on. Jose Masio for the Boyz, wearing number 7. Big-time wide receiver for the Boyz. 2nd down and 1 for the Boyz at the 47-yard line of the Wolfpack. Turner goes out of the shotgun. Quick toss far side, a little bit high. Looking back into the sun was Masio. It goes incomplete. The head coach for the Wolfpack, Mike Casas, mentioned a lot younger team. It's his Mike Football Foundation out of the North Valley, the Vale Boyz, right out of Maryvale here, a feeder school for Maryvale. They've got a bright future. 3rd down and 1 for the Boyz at the 47-yard line of the Wolfpack. Turner goes out of the shotgun. 4 receivers, play fake, bootleg going right as Turner has all sorts of running room to the outside, and he's grabbed and ridden down by Godinez, Emilio Godinez on the tackle, but not until a pickup of 11 down to around the 35-yard line. Caden Turner can really move. I'll tell you, you got 2 outstanding quarterbacks for the Boyz, MJ Escobedo wearing number 1 and Caden Turner, who is in there right now. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Boyz at the 35-yard line of the Wolfpack. 8:35 and ticking in the opening quarter. 4 10-minute quarters. Boyz got the ball first. This is the opening drive of the ball game. Brown, the running back, on 1st down and 10. 4 receivers set, I should say. Handoff Brown straight ahead behind to the right. It's going to be a loss of about a yard on the play. Taken down inside by Maximilian Hart. So Hart inside making the tackle. Certainly a big speed and size-wise going up from that 7 in their ball game. And remember that Wolfpack, they've got some guys that are 12. So with the human eye, it's quite a change. But, you know, from the human eye, the Wolfpack, they look a little bit bigger in a sense. But they're a little bit younger team, actually, than the Boyz are. Loss of 1, 2nd down 11 for the Boyz, the 36-yard line of the Wolfpack. 4 receivers set, the shadows coming out. Turner out of the shotgun, fires here near side, and it goes incomplete. Coverage over here by Baggett, and that ball intended over here for McJunkin. So the Vale Boyz, feeder school for Maryvale. Caden Turner brings in the play. So the sun's starting to go down a little bit in the west. That can be a factor looking back to the west, trying to catch a ball. 3rd down 11, 4-down territory for the Boyz, the 36-yard line of the Wolfpack. They need the 25 for a 1st down. 4 receivers set. Turner goes out of the shotgun, and a timeout is called by the Boyz. So the Boyz call a timeout. Again, our broadcast sponsored by Shields Sporting Goods out of Chandler. They're one of the top sporting goods outfits in the nation. They're located outside the Chandler Mall down in the Southeast Valley. It's more than a sporting goods store. It's a destination built to serve athletes, families, and fans of all ages across Arizona and the East Valley. Also, the husband and wife law team. Mark and Alexis Breyer. Look at husbandandwifelawteam.com for personal injury, wrongful death cases. The husbandandwifelawteam.com. 7:32 remaining in the 1st quarter. No score, opening drive of the ball game. The Boyz 3rd and 11 at the 36-yard line of the Wolfpack. Turner out of the shotgun, fakes it on the bootleg going left. Now he throws to the far side. It is complete. Tomasio, he is the 1st down. A penalty marker's down. Continues to fight close to the 20-yard line. A penalty far side of the 31-yard line. Was he possibly over the line of scrimmage when he threw that ball? A little bit of trickery there. I don't know if the referees would pick up on that. It was close. It's going to be holding, I think, maybe against the Boyz. Isaiah, well, I just heard a 3. I don't know who it was, but he was close to the line of scrimmage, but that's tough to pick up on that, particularly at this level as far as referees going. That's not a knock against the referees, just that can get like really splicing something, whether you're over the line or not. You're not really looking for that. 3rd down and 15 for the Boyz, the 40-yard line of the Wolfpack. 7:19 remaining in the opening quarter. No score, opening drive of the ball game. Turner goes out of the shotgun. 4 receivers set. A handoff. Brown going right with a hole. He's going to pick up about 11 down to the 29-yard line. Taken down by Baggett and Godinez. Makes it a little bit more manageable 4th down. It'll be 4th down and 4 for the Boyz at the 29-yard line of the Wolfpack. And the Wolfpack, a younger team. They are 8th graders, but a lot of guys, some of them are 12. They said to keep an eye on that middle linebacker, Jacob Martinez, number 8. He's only 12. But a guy to keep your eye on. 4th down and 4 for the Boyz at the 29-yard line of the Wolfpack. Turner out of the shotgun, 4 receivers, Brown the running back. A long count, quick toss near side, complete to Masio. Dodge is a tackler, and I think he picked up the 1st down. He needed to get to the 25 and got to the 24. Taken down by Hart. A nice move by Masio, number 7, Jose Masio. Pickup of 6 down to the 23-yard line. The clock continues to move. 6 minutes and ticking in the opening quarter. Nice looking drive. Just amazing how sharp these guys look at the 8th grade level. I mean, when I think back of no comparison back 50 years ago when we played. 1st down and 10. Turner out of the shotgun, looks to the left, throws over the middle, and it is complete. Inside, down to the 1-yard line. It's complete to Isaiah Johnson. They'll mark him down at the 2, a gain of 21. So Isaiah Johnson was open inside, got down to the 2-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and goal. I mean, you got quite a luxury with 2 great quarterbacks. Caden Turner, 8, and MJ Escobedo, a left-hander. We saw these guys about a month ago, and they destroyed, I believe it was the Junior Demons. 2nd down and goal for the Boyz, the 2-yard line of the Wolfpack. Handoff to Brown inside, and he gets into the end zone for a touchdown. 6-0 in favor of the Boyz on the 2-yard touchdown run by Brown. 5:03 remaining in the opening quarter. Brown will do the kicking, and kicking counts for a 2-point conversion at this level. MJ Escobedo will do the holding. Brown's kick is up. He drills it through. It's 8-0 in favor of the Boyz. So Jace Brown drilling the extra point, and the Boyz leading it by a score of 8-0. So that was a drive that was methodical. Whatever terms you want to put on it, was fantastic. Went right down the field for about a 5-minute drive, 4:57. Looked like a machine on that drive going down, and Jace Brown will put it on the tee to kick off for the Boyz. Back deep, Baggett, 18, and 8 Martinez here on the near side. To return this kick of Brown, who's got a very good leg. And he drills that one, and that is going to stay in bounds from the 11-yard line. Baggett over the 20. Slips a tackle, gets to the outside, and finally hauled down to the 23-yard line. So hauled down here by the Boyz, Eli Esukulu. So it almost looked like 6. But Esakulu, give him credit, and 6, Robert Jackson. Boyz looking very sharp, leading 8-0, 4:52 remaining in the opening quarter. Jariq Vaughn, the quarterback, wearing number 9. First down and 10. Lundy, the running back, to his right, and a handoff going left this time. Johnny Valencia with the tackle. He drilled Lundy for a loss. A loss of a yard, or should say loss of 3, 2nd and 13 for the Wolfpack back at their own 19-yard line. Jariq Vaughn, the quarterback, wearing number 9, 32. Isaac Lundy, the running back. Receivers Cardenas, certainly a star in the making. Fallon, number 3. 2nd and 13 for the Wolfpack back at their own 19-yard line. Vaughn fires far side. That nearly picked off by Masio on the far side of the Boyz, for the Boyz. Martinez over on the far side in the vicinity. It'll be 3rd down and 13, Wolfpack back at their own 19-yard line. 4:03 remaining in the opening quarter, 8-0 in favor of the Boyz. 2-yard touchdown run by Brown. First down markers, the 32-yard line for the Wolfpack. They're a little bit younger team than the Vale Boyz, even though it's all 8th grade, technically 14 and under. They've got some 12-year-olds to the Wolfpack. 3rd and 13, Wolfpack back at their 19-yard line. 4 receivers set. Vaughn out of the shotgun, looks to throw, has pressure, down he goes, and the ball pops loose. It is recovered inside. Caden Turner was the quarterback, made the sack and recovered the fumble, and the Boyz are in business. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line of the Wolfpack. Caden Turner, an all-around great athlete. The sack and the recovery, he'll come in and quarterback. Again, it's 35 plus points. It's not 30. We've kind of clarified it's 35-point lead, or 35-0, or 35-point lead that you turn into that mercy rule, continuous clock. 1st down and goal for the Boyz, the 5-yard line of the Wolfpack. Turner out of the shotgun, 4 receivers. Turner fires far side. It is complete for a touchdown to Masio. 5-yard touchdown pass to Masio. Just like that, it is 14-0 in favor of the Boyz. They converted on that, the fumble recovery by Turner, and just like that, 14-0 in favor of the Boyz. 3:52 remaining in the 1st quarter. Brown has got a great leg. Will try the extra point with Escobedo to hold. That is up. It is good. 16-0 in favor of the Boyz. 3:52 remaining in the opening quarter. Boyz taking advantage of a fumble recovery after the sack by Turner. Fun to watch teams at this level, and the Vale Boyz are a very good outfit. Jace Brown with a very good leg will put it on the tee for the Boyz. Again, Martinez back deep here on the near side. Baggett on the far side wearing 18 for the Wolfpack. 15, that is Jace Brown, also the running back. He's got it on the tee. He's got a strong leg. Shadows starting to come out. Temperature expected to get down to about 82 degrees later on. It got to a high of 91 today. We're out on the west side of Phoenix, 59th Avenue north of I-10. Maryville High School opened in 1963. Brown's kickoff. Good high driving kick. 10-yard line it is Baggett. Straight ahead, finds a little bit of an alley out to the 32-yard line, 22-yard return. Tackled by the Boyz and Jose Macio. He got that last touchdown reception. A first down and 10 for the Wolfpack from their own 32-yard line. They trail it 16-0 to the Boyz. 3:44 remaining in the opening quarter. 4 10-minute quarters. First and 10, Wolfpack from their own 32-yard line there from the North Valley. Vaughn, the quarterback, out of the shotgun, 4 receivers. Sun is a little bit of a factor right now. The running back is Lundy to his left in the backfield. Vaughn looks to his right, now scrambles to his left. Penalty marker comes in. Vaughn takes off, slips a tackle, loses his footing as over there in the vicinity was Jace Brown, as well as Isaiah Johnson. That penalty came in vicinity of holding against the Wolfpack. It's also nice to be able to visually, with the naked eye, see the numbers very well. That last ball game was a little tougher. They'll spot the ball back at the 22-yard line. First and 20 for the Wolfpack at their own 22. Game 1, the Falcons out of the Santan Valley winning 24-0 over the Raiders AZ in a 7-0 matchup. Turning into a nice evening with the temperatures cooling into the low 80s. First and 20 for the Wolfpack from their own 22-yard line. 4 receivers. Vaughn out of the shotgun. Lundy to his right in the backfield. Vaughn looks right, has pressure and down. Well, he got away for a moment. Scrambles to his right. He's lucky he didn't fumble that again. He was blindsided. Valencia over there. Tried to strip it. They probably should have just drilled him. But a good job by Vaughn to get away. They had him blindsided, and it's a loss back to the 16-yard line. Be 3rd down and 26. For the, well, they're showing 2nd down. 2nd and 26 for the Wolfpack back at their own 16-yard line. Score is 16-0 in favor of the Boyz. 2:30 and ticking in the opening quarter. Vaughn out of the shotgun, 4 receivers set. Lundy to his left in the backfield. Vaughn looked to throw again, fires right, and it goes a little bit low, intended for Joshua Gall. Gall having to look back into that sun. It's 3rd and 26. Christopher French, 99, checks in. Caden Turner checks out for the Boyz. 3rd and 26, Wolfpack from their own 17-yard line. Passing situation, 4 receivers. Vaughn out of the shotgun. Lundy to his left, man goes in motion as Gall to the near side. Vaughn gets a snap, looks to throw. Can't find anybody, heaves it deep down the middle of the field into triple coverage, knocked away. Nearly intercepted. Johnson going up. It was Isaiah Johnson that nearly picked that off into traffic. Keith Fallon was there as well as Mendoza. It goes incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 26 now for the Wolfpack from their own 17-yard line. See if they actually punt it away. It'd be Thunder Moore be punting it away. And he's back to punt away from his own 17-yard line, just about a 7-yard drop. Isaiah Johnson to return the punt. Timeout is called by the Wolfpack here with 2:09 remaining in the opening quarter. 16-0 in favor of the Boys. 2-yard touchdown run by Brown and a 5-yard touchdown pass. Turner to Masio.
So, you want to be the best? The best commit to showing up before dawn, perfecting form, pushing limits, even when no one's watching. To be the best, you show up always. Every swing, every drill, every sprint matters. You keep going. When the moment is here, you show up ready. Shields.
They have no idea what they're about to see. A team that's actually ready. They're counting on us to quit.
You don't stand a chance. This will be a cakewalk.
This is what we've waited for.
We've prepared for this, but they're bigger than us. They're all talk. Our team is not afraid to fight.
We are the husband and wife law team.
Call the husband and wife law team first.
That was great, Alexis. I didn't even get hit this year.
2:09 remaining in the opening quarter. 16-0 in favor of 16-0 in favor of the Boys. 4th and 26. Boys from their own 17. Thunder Moore is back deep to punt this away for the Wolfpack. Johnson back to return the punt. Moore gets it off, an end-over-end kick and a good kick. It takes a roll and a good one over midfield for the Wolfpack, and finally is going to die around the 42-yard line. 41-yard punt, no return. So a good punt by Thunder Moore. Got a good roll. It'll be 1st down and 10. Boys back at their own 42-yard line. 1:57 remaining in the first quarter. 16-0 in favor of the Boys. The Vale Boys, feeder school for Maryvale here, and they've got some talent. 1st down and 10 for the Boys from their own 42. We'll see when if they do make the change now at quarterback. MJ Escobedo Jr. Big left-hander is the other quarterback. Caden Turner was in there, and he's going to remain in the ballgame. What a luxury to have two outstanding quarterbacks. The left-hander is Escobedo. Caden Turner, the right-hander, who runs and passes, but both of them are outstanding. 1st and 10 for the Boys from their own 42-yard line. They lead at 16-0, 1:57 remaining in the opening quarter. 4 receivers set. Turner out of the shotgun, a quick toss here to the near side, complete to Johnson, races forward. Down the near sideline, a foot race, stays on his feet, and he stepped out of bounds right around the 25-yard line, chased out by Keith Fallon. Also, Jacob Martinez around there. The penalty marker at the 29-yard line. Maybe a face mask against the Wolfpack. Face mask against Keith Fallon on that tackle. It was a gain of 29, and then they'll tack on the additional 15 for the Boys due to the face mask penalty against the Wolfpack. Ball will be spotted at the 15-yard line. Be 1st and 10. Boys at the 15 of the Wolfpack. 1:47 remaining in the opening quarter. 16-0 Boys. The Vale Boys, a fun team to watch. Had a lot of talent. 1st and 10, Boys, the Wolfpack 15-yard line. Turner out of the shotgun, looking to his left. Throws deep down towards the end zone, and it's complete for the touchdown. Up to make the grab, Isaiah Johnson in traffic, 15 yards. And it's now 22-0 Boys. With 1:20 remaining in the first quarter. Eventually we may get that continuous clock again. Isaiah Johnson going up in traffic and making a nice catch on the pass from Caden Turner. Jace Brown, an outstanding kicker, will try the extra point with MJ Escobedo to hold. He's 2 for 2. And that one, they didn't get the kick off as the snap maybe a little bit low, and the PAT is no good. So they couldn't get the kick underway, and the score remains 22-0 Boys. Minute 20 remaining in this first quarter. Sun really not a factor now as it's going down in the west, and really no sun to speak of out on that out on the field. Brown scored first in a two-yard touchdown run. He converted the 2-point kick conversion. Masio caught a 5-yard touchdown pass from Turner, and then a 15-yard touchdown pass, Turner to Johnson. So Turner a pair of touchdown passes, 2 for 3 in PATs for the Boys. Brown to kick off for the Boys. Baggett here on the near side. Martinez on the far side to return the kick for the Wolfpack. Brown with a strong leg. Keep an eye on him for all positions. Kicking, running back, defense. And Brown boots it away, and this is a little bit shorter kick. Martinez from the 22-yard line. Straight ahead, and he's bottled up around the 30, a return of 8. Then on the action, Julian French for the Boys, amongst others. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wolfpack from their own 30-yard line. Jariq Vaughn, the quarterback for the Wolfpack. Mentioned they've got a little bit younger team. They've got 12-year-olds and kids of those ages in the Wolfpack, so they're playing. They are a 8th grade team, 14 and under, but you've got a younger team as far as the Wolfpack, so they're playing a team that's a little bit older on paper, the Boys. 1st down and 10, Wolfpack from their own 30-yard line. 22-0 in favor of the Boys, 1:09 remaining in the first quarter. Vaughn gets a snap, the handoff to Lundy going right. Cuts it up and maybe got a yard or two at best. Up to make the stop, Cameron Bridie for the Boys. Gain of 1, it'll be 2nd down and 9. Wolfpack from their own 31. Under a minute to go in the first quarter as the clock ticking. Wolfpack out of the North Valley, coached by Mike Casas. They're 2-4 on the season. The Vale Boys 4-2. 2nd and 8, Wolfpack from their own 32. Maybe the last play of the opening quarter. Vaughn out of the shotgun, 4 receivers. Handoff Lundy goes inside, and he's grabbed by Bridie again, hit low. Maybe a gain of a yard out to the 33, and the clock ticking under 10 seconds. And that should run out here in the first quarter. That will end the first quarter with the Boys leading it by a score of 22-0.
So, you want to be the best? The best commit to showing up before dawn, perfecting form, pushing limits, even when no one's watching. To be the best, you show up always. Every swing, every drill, every sprint matters. You keep going. When the moment is here, you show up ready. Shields.
They have no idea what
in favor of the Boyz. First, or I should say, 3rd down and 7 for the Wolfpack from their own 33-yard line. Vaughn out of the shotgun, looks to throw. Steps up, now going to take off himself. Cuts it up, slips a tackle at the 40, has the first down and more out to the 42-yard line. Driven out of bounds here by Isaiah Johnson and Johnny Valencia. Also Julian French there. Caden Turner. A gain of 8 and the first down. First down and 10 for the Wolfpack from their own 42-yard line. Those are about 8 or 9 tough yards there of running for Vaughn, the quarterback of the Wolfpack. 4 10-minute quarters. It is 22-0 Boyz, 9:15 and ticking in the first half. Pair of touchdown passes by Turner, 5 yards to Masio, 15 to Johnson. 2-yard touchdown run by Brown. Lundy checks out for the Wolfpack. Hart is the running back. 25, 1st and 10. Handoff to Hart. He's hit in the backfield, breaks a tackle, and steamrolls his way to midfield. He was hit, but Hart, a big guy, and eventually the tackle made by the Boyz. It was Jonathan Strickland. Hart was hit in the backfield, but he's a very big running back and picked up 8, 2nd down and 2 at midfield. Hart again in the backfield, 4 receivers, 2nd down and 2. Vaughn out of the shotgun. Handoff to Hart again. He bobbled the ball but got it back, and he picks up the first down. Good job to keep his eye on the ball, that handoff, and the tackle made by Cameron Bridie. Maximilian Hart. Fun to watch in the backfield. A big running back wearing 25 for the Wolfpack. First down and 10. He did a good job to hold on to that ball. And now Hart goes back onto the offensive line on the left side, and Lundy comes back in at running back. 7:45 and ticking in the first half, 22-0 in favor of the Boyz. First down and 10. Wolfpack at the 48 of the Boyz. Play fake, bootleg going left is Vaughn to the outside. Stretches it out and grabbed on a horse collar tackle by Isaiah Johnson. And the tackle is made, but it's going to be a horse collar tackle, I believe, on the far side at the 45-yard line. And Vaughn getting up a little bit slow on that far side. And he's going to go out. So Vaughn grabbed in a horse collar by Isaiah Johnson. Take a break in the action here with 7:28 remaining in the half, 22-0 in favor.
So, you want to be the best? The best commit to showing up before dawn, perfecting form, pushing limits, even when no one's watching. To be the best, you show up always. Every swing, every drill, every sprint matters. You keep going. When the moment is here, you show up ready. Shields.
They have no idea what they're about to see. A team that's actually ready. They're counting on us to quit.
You don't stand a chance. This will be a cakewalk.
This is what we've waited for.
We've prepared for this. Look, they're bigger than us. They're all talk. Our team is not afraid to fight.
We are the husband and wife law team.
Call the husband and wife law team first.
That was great, Alexis. I didn't even get hit this year.
So a pair of penalties on that last play. A horse collar against Isaiah Johnson of the Boyz, and then a penalty on number 12, unsportsmanlike Johnny Valencia. The Wolfpack picking up 30 yards in penalties. First down and 10, 20-yard line of the Boyz. 7:12 and ticking in the second quarter, 22-0 in favor of the Boyz. Hart out of the shotgun. 4 receivers set. Hart is the tailback in essence, and it was a direct snap to Hart, who goes behind left guard and pounds his way down to about the 13-yard line. It was Joshua Gall in place of Vaughn at quarterback, who went out after getting hit on the horse collar. And Vaughn on the bench on the far sideline after the horse collar, so he was shaken up a little bit. So Gall in at quarterback, Hart the running back. 2nd down and 3 for the Wolfpack at the 13-yard line of the Boyz. 6:25 and ticking in the second quarter, 22-0 in favor of the Boyz. 4 receivers set. Handoff to Hart again over the left side, and he runs over a couple of defenders and down inside the 10 to the 6-yard line. Hart is fun to watch. Taken down by Brown and Isaiah Johnson. Hart is a big body. They spotted at the 6-yard line, a pickup of 7. So Vaughn on the sideline, the quarterback for the Wolfpack, and he's been replaced by Joshua Gall. The Wolfpack knocking on the door. Did you see who the timeout was? So the Boyz calling their second timeout, the Wolfpack with 1 remaining. 6:14 remaining in the half, 22-0 in favor of the Boyz. They scored first in a 2-yard touchdown run by Brown on the opening drive. He kicked a 2-point kick conversion. Boyz made it 16-0 and a 5-yard touchdown pass after a fumble by the Wolfpack. 5-yard touchdown pass, Turner to Masio. 2-point conversion kick by Brown was good. Then the Boyz getting a 15-yard touchdown pass. Turner to Johnson. The PAT, they couldn't get it off as the snap was a little bit low. It's a pair of touchdown passes by Turner. 22-0 in favor of the Boyz. 6:14 remaining in the half. Boyz got the ball first, so the Wolfpack will get it first in the second half. And the Wolfpack knocking on the door, 1st and goal at the 6-yard line of the Boyz. Coach Mark getting a close-up here of the Vale boys. 1st and goal for the Wolfpack at the 6-yard line of the Boyz. Gall out of the shotgun. To his right is Hart, the running back, 4 receivers. Handoff to Hart again going left, and he is double and triple teamed. A couple of guys, Caden Turner and Cameron Bridie, the initial hits for the Boyz. Loss of 4. Hart's a big guy to tackle, but they got him down after gang tackling him. A loss of 4. It'll be 2nd down and goal. 5:40 and ticking in the second quarter, 22-0 in favor of the Boyz. 1st and goal, Wolfpack at the 10-yard line of the Boyz. Gall out of the shotgun, 4 receivers. Hart, the running back, to his right. Gall will look to throw, rolls to his right. Throws to the end zone, and that is intercepted at the 1-yard line. It is picked off by Isaiah Johnson, who stepped in front of the receiver at the 1-yard line. I believe it was intended for more. Isaiah Johnson, a heck of an athlete for the Boyz. He's got a touchdown now and an interception. So the defense of the Boyz thwarting that threat by the Wolfpack. It'll be 1st and 10. Boyz from their own 1-yard line. Turned into a very pleasant evening. Temperatures around 82 degrees. 5:23 remaining in the half. 22-0 Boyz. Boyz 1st and 10 from their own 1-yard line. MJ Escobedo Jr. now in at quarterback, and a handoff to Brown. Breaking tackles inside. Spins, and he's out to about the 15-yard line. So he was eventually taken down after a big gain. Taken down by Jacob Martinez, the 12-year-old middle linebacker for the Wolfpack. A guy to keep your eye on. Brown, some good running, a gain of 14. First and 10, Boyz from their own 15-yard line. Escobedo, the left-hander, out of the shotgun. Looks to throw, lofts it deep down the middle, and he just overshot the intended target right around midfield. And that was Masio. And some good coverage. Escobedo, well, both guys throw just a tremendous ball. Coverage by Eli Cardenas. They've got to keep an eye on Jacob Martinez, the middle linebacker for the Wolfpack. So this is the first possession or drive that MJ Escobedo is in at quarterback. Caden Turner started. What a luxury. Two outstanding quarterbacks for the Boyz. Second down and 10, Boyz from their own 15-yard line. 4 receivers. Escobedo out of the shotgun. Brown, the running back, to his left. He will look to throw again. Threw a little bit high off the hands of Masio around the 15-yard line. It'll be third down and 10, Boyz from their own 15. 4:25 and ticking. Guess they didn't stop the clock on the incomplete pass, but it's 22-0 in favor of the Boyz here in the second quarter. Third down and 10, Boyz from their own 15-yard line. The running back is Brown. He has a touchdown early in the ball game. 4 receiver set. Handoff to Brown straight ahead with all sorts of running room. Broke a tackle. Stays on his feet. Has the first down and more to his right. And finally taken out of bounds close to midfield. A pickup on the play of 33. Never officially got him down, did they, on the far side or on the 49-yard line? They'll spot the ball at the 49, a 34-yard pickup. It'll be first and 10 for the Boyz from their own 49, 3:50 and ticking in the half, 22-0, Boyz leading. Escobedo out of the shotgun, 4 receivers, Brown the running back. Escobedo, the left-hander, looks to throw again. Steps up, throws on the run, deep down the near side. Masio caught the ball out of bounds around the 16-yard line. Tremendous throw again. Escobedo has the size. Both guys, Caden Turner and Escobedo, just outstanding quarterbacks. Very evenly matched. Turner might be more of a runner also, but both throw the ball outstanding. Second and 10. 3:27 remaining in the half. 22-0 Boyz. Second and 10 Boyz from their own 49-yard line. This drive started back on their own 1-yard line. Wolfpack will get the ball to start the second half as the Boyz got it first. Brown, the running back, lines up behind Escobedo on second down and 10. Boyz from their own 49-yard line. 4 receiver set. Escobedo will look to throw. Steps up, fires to the near side. It is complete. This is Johnson who went up and grabbed it and taken down around the 33-yard line by Landon Baggett, a 19-yard gain. Got some great receivers, great running back. This Boyz an all-around good team. You were reading my mind. I was just thinking about that. They played their games. Those losses came before we saw them about a month ago. I don't know who they played, but they had to be tough. First and 10, Boyz in the 33-yard line of the Wolfpack. 2:50 and ticking here in the first half, 22-0 Boyz. 4 receivers set. Escobedo out of the shotgun. Brown lines up behind him in the backfield. Escobedo waits the snap, throws deep down the far side, and that ball is up for grabs, and let's see who's got it. It goes incomplete. It was Amadi McJunkin who went up for it in traffic down around the 10-yard line, but couldn't get it. It's second and 10. Sun's starting to go down, getting to be dusk. The last 2 games we did here, we had fires down to the south and east. Maybe a mile or 2 away, but nothing today, fortunately. I don't think. Yeah, well, they look big after the 7 and under matchup, too. I mean, they're 8th grade. They're the class of 30, a lot of these people. Isn't that crazy? Means they were born in about 2012. 2nd and 10, Boyz to the 33-yard line of the Wolfpack. 4 receiver set. Escobedo out of the shotgun. Looked like a false start that didn't get called. And a throw over the middle a little bit high for Johnson, the 20-yard line. 3rd down and 10. Ball at the 33-yard line of the Wolfpack. 2:26 remaining in the half, 22-0 in favor of the Boyz. A pair of touchdown passes by Turner. 5 and 15 yards to Masio and Johnson, respectively. Brown, a 2-yard touchdown run. 3rd and 10, Boyz to the 33-yard line of the Wolfpack. Brown, the running back. Escobedo out of the shotgun, 4 receivers. Escobedo to throw again, has pressure, steps up, down he goes. The initial grab for the Wolfpack was Jackson Llewellyn, 81. A loss of 3 back to the 36. It'll be 4th and 13. Minute 53 and ticking in the half, 22-0 in favor of the Boyz. Nice crowd on hand here. The first down marker is down at the 23-yard line, so that's where they need to go to keep the drive alive. 4th and 13, Boyz at the 36 of the Wolfpack. Brown, the running back, 4 receivers, Escobedo out of the shotgun. He looks to throw again. Fires over the middle. It's complete to Masu at the 12, and he races into the end zone for a touchdown. 36-yard touchdown pass to Masio. His second touchdown catch of the afternoon. It's 28-0 in favor of the Boyz. Minute 13 remaining in the half. Remember, they got to get to 35-0 for the continuous clock. Brown will try the 2-point conversion kick with Escobedo to hold. First touchdown pass of the afternoon for Escobedo. Second touchdown reception for Masio. Brown's kick is up. It is good. He launches it through. It is 30-0 in favor of the Boyz. Minute 13 remaining in the half. So 30-0 Boyz. They need to get to 35 for the continuous clock. The Wolfpack will get the ball to start the second half. Wolfpack threatened once, but Gall threw an interception at the goal line that was picked off by Isaiah Johnson. Martinez on the far side, Baggett here on the near side to return it for the Wolfpack, and Brown with a strong leg will kick off for the Boyz. Ball on the tee at the 40-yard line. Yeah, you wonder who the Boyz played those 2 losses. Man, I mean, they are a tremendous team. Brown to kick off for the Boyz. He's got a very strong leg. This is a line drive kick that is going to go out of bounds around the 25, and that'll be spotted up the field, maybe around the 35. It'll be a penalty as the kick goes out of bounds by Brown of the Boyz. Wolfpack will get the ball to start the second half. Remember, this broadcast sponsored by Shields Sporting Goods. That is our local Shields Sporting Goods. They'll spot at the 35. It is located outside the Chandler Mall down in Chandler in the Southeast Valley. It's more than a sporting goods store. Destination built to serve athletes, families, and fans of all ages across Arizona and the East Valley. Shields is one of the top sporting goods store in the nation. I mean, they're all over. They're huge. And the husband and wife law team, Mark and Alexis Breyer, 1st and 10. Wolfpack from their own 35-yard line. Low snap. Gall tried to fall on it. He didn't get it, but it's recovered by one of his teammates. Recovered by the running back, Lundy. Isaac Lundy hopped on that one. It'll be a loss of 6 back to the, I should say a loss of 11 back to the 24-yard line, 2nd and 21. This may be the final play of the first half, 30-0 in favor of the Boyz. 35 seconds remaining and ticking. The Wolfpack will get the ball to start the second half. So we'll see. They should get a playoff here to end the first half, should the Wolfpack. 15 seconds and ticking. 2nd and 21, Wolfpack back of their own 24. Gall is in at quarterback, replacing the starter, Jarique Vaughn, who went out after being horse-collared. Gall fires near side. It is complete to Fallon, who breaks 2 tackles and forward to the 35-yard line. That is the end of the first half, with the Boyz leading it by a score of 30-0. About a 10-minute break here, back with the second half after this. Start the third quarter, the boys with a 30-0 lead, and the Wolfpack will get the ball first. Jace Brown will kick off for the boys, back deep. Baggett and Martinez. Martinez on the far side, Baggett here on the near side. Brown with a very good leg. He kicked the last one out of bounds, but capable of kicking it over the head of these return men who are back at the 10-yard line. He kicks them right. They go to about the 10. So if the boys get to a 35-0 lead, it'll be a continuous clock. Right now it is 30-0 boys. Start the third quarter. 4 10-minute quarters. Brown's kickoff from the boys is a somewhat short kick, fielded at the 15-yard line. That is Martinez in trouble, and down he goes after about a 1-yard return. Some great special teams work on the far side. Eli Asukulu. Asukulu with the tackle on special teams. So they're thinking now the officials are stopping the clock. I mean, you just looked it up that officially it's a 35-plus point lead to have a continuous clock, but it is. We had thought it was 30-point lead, but it is 30-0 now. But the rules say 35-point lead. Well, it changes all the time. In high school, it's 42. Then it went lower. Who knows what it is all the time. Jariq Vaughn had been the quarterback starting for the Wolfpack, but he was horse-collared. And we will see if he is back in the ball game. He is not. It'll be Joshua Gall. And the Wolfpack having trouble getting on the same page, and they call a timeout. Their first of the second half. 9:52 remaining in the third quarter, 30-0 in favor of the boys. Boys scored first, the opening drive of the ball game, a 2-yard touchdown run by Brown. He kicked a 2-point conversion. Pair of touchdown passes by Caden Turner, 5 yards to Masio, 15 yards to Johnson to make it 22-0. Then Escobedo, a 36-yard touchdown pass to Masio to make it 30-0 in favor of the boys. That's where we stand right here as 9:52 remaining in the third quarter. 30-0 in favor of the boys out of Maryvale, their home field here. So Joshua Gall, the quarterback, in place of Vaughn, goes out of the shotgun. First down and 10. Wolfpack from their own 20-yard line. High snap. They hand off to Hart. The big man goes straight ahead and pounds his way for a gain of about 6. There's a high snap. He's a big, big running back. Alternates with Lundy, but Maximilian Hart, very, very hard to tackle. There's one person I heard in the stands just now, you can't tackle him high. He's very big running back. He dwarfs over the quarterback, Gall. Second down and 4 for the Wolfpack from their own 26. 4 receivers, Gall out of the shotgun, Hart to his right. Gall lofts it here. It's in trouble. It is picked off and returned here for a touchdown. Eli Asukulu. And indeed, that was officially, is that who did pick it off? It was. It was 0. Eli Asukulu picked that off. You could see when Gall threw that up. 29-yard return. It is now 36-0 in favor of the boys. We'll have a continuous clock, but you could see when Gall threw that up, it was just up for grabs. And Eli Asukulu picked it off, returned it 29 yards for a touchdown. And with 8:26 remaining in the third quarter, Brown's extra point is up. It is good. 38-0 in favor of the boys. 8:16 and ticking here in the third quarter. And Gall's throw was up for grabs. Asukulu picked it off and easily returned it 29 yards for the touchdown. The second interception by Gall, who was in quarterback replacing the starter Vaughn, who went out after getting the horse collar. So we do have the continuous clock going right now, and that is fortunate. The mercy rule, 35 points or more. It is 38-0 in favor of the Boyz. And they've been outstanding. Jack Brown will do the kicking off for the Boyz. Martinez on the far side, Baggett here on the near side to return it for the Wolfpack. So we will have a continuous clock, in a sense the mercy rule, with a lead at 38-0 Boyz. About 7 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Brown's kickoff for the Boyz. Good kick, and it is fielded back around the 3-yard line by Martinez, but he stepped out of bounds, and they're going to mark him out around the 4-yard line. So a little bit of a mistake by Martinez, but, you know, in fact, you see that at the professional level, too. You know, particularly not so much that one, but with all the rule changes in the NFL, I can't keep track of what is what on the kick returns or kickoffs now in the NFL. They're constantly, and they've made some new rules this next year because there was something in which the kickoff team could kind of get away with something, kicking it out of bounds late in the ball game or something. I didn't look that up, but I don't know what it was, but Martinez touched that ball and went out of bounds around the 4-yard line. First down and 10 for the Wolfpack from their own 4-yard line. Gall, the quarterback, out of the shotgun. Hart to his right in the backfield, 4 receivers. And off to Hart, straight ahead with a huge hole, taking on defenders and runs over tacklers and tackled around the 12-yard line, a gain of about 8. Second down and call it about 3. Wolfpack from their own 12-yard line. Hart is a load to take on, 5:39 and ticking in the third quarter. 38-0 in favor of the Boyz. A continuous clock as the lead is over 35 points for the Boyz. 2 games we've seen the Boyz play. We saw a month ago, I believe they played the Junior Demons. They've shut out and scored a whole lot of points in both games. Second down and 2 for the Wolfpack from their own 12-yard line. 4 receivers. Gall out of the shotgun. To his left is Hart in the backfield. Gall gets the snap. The handoff to Hart again, going left. Runs over a couple of defenders, and he's out close to the 15-yard line and taken down by Jace Brown. Hart is a low, and it was a good tackle by Jace Brown. So the Wolfpack getting some breathing room. First and 10 from their own 20-yard line, 4:35 and ticking in the second quarter. 38-0 in favor of the Boyz. Continuous clock. 35-plus point lead. First and 10. Wolfpack from their own 20-yard line. Gall out of the shotgun. 4 receivers. Hart to his right. The big running back. A high snap. Gall lofts it deep down the right side. That is up for grabs, and it's going to be caught on the far side. Eli Cardenas, a up-and-coming star, making the catcher on the 46-yard line. Pickup of 26. Cardenas just went up and made a play. They mentioned him before the ball game, talking to the coaches, a guy that keep an eye on. Cardenas went up and made a play, and he did it right there. First down and 10 for the Wolfpack from their own 46. 4 receivers. Gall out of the shotgun. Hart to his right. Handoff to Hart again, going left, and he is tripped up in the backfield. Another great tackle in the backfield by Cameron Brighty. Loss of 2. That's what you got to do with a guy that's big is Maximilian Hart. Tackle him down around the ankles, and Bridie did it on that one. A loss of 2, 2nd down and 12. Hogtied, yes. Textbook tackle and a guy that big. You get run over if you tackle him up high. 2nd and 12, Wolfpack from their own 44, 2:50 and ticking the third quarter, 38-0 Boyz. 2nd and 12, Wolfpack from their own 44. Gall out of the shotgun, 4 receivers, Hart to his right. Check that. It is Vaughn back in at quarterback. He was injured, but he's back in there, and look out. He slid under the tackle of Brown, who was coming up, so Vaughn is back in. He was injured on a horse collar tackle early on, so gladly he's back in the ball game for Gall. And I'd imagine it was Vaughn making that long pass to Cardenas. Vaughn was injured on the horse collar tackle at the end of the first half, but good to see him back in there at quarterback. Jerick Vaughn wearing number 9 for the Wolfpack. Gain of 3. 3rd down and 9. Wolfpack from their own 47. They need to get to the other 44 for a first down. 1:50 and ticking in the third quarter, 38-0 Boyz. Vaughn out of the shotgun, Hart to his right. 4 receivers on 3rd and 9. Vaughn looks right, throws over the middle, a little bit high, and closest, it was intended for Cardenas, and Isaiah Johnson nearly got a fingertip on it on the defense for the Boyz. It'll be 4th and 9. CMFF Wolfpack, they're out of the North Valley. Mike Casas, the head coach. It's Coach Mike Football Foundation. He's been coaching football since '97. Youth football. We're at a minute and ticking in the third quarter, a continuous clock. 35-plus point lead. It's 38-0. Favor of the Boyz. Pair of touchdown passes by Turner, a pair of touchdown receptions by Masio. Touchdown run by Brown. Asukulu, a 29-yard interception return. 4th down and 9. Wolfpack from their own 47-yard line. Vaughn picks up some blocks, fires complete here to the near side to Cardenas. It all depends on the spot, and I think he's going to be about a yard shy. Needed to get to the 44-yard line. He was tackled at the 45. So on downs, I believe the Boyz are going to take over. It was a nice throw, nice catch, but yard shy of that first down. That'll be the end of the third quarter with the Boyz leading it by a score of 38-0.
So, you want to be the best? The best commit to showing up before dawn, perfecting form, pushing limits, even when no one's watching. To be the best, you show up always. Every swing, every drill, every sprint matters. You keep going. When the moment is here, you show up ready. Shields.
They have no idea what they're about to see. A team that's actually ready. They're counting on us to quit.
You don't stand a chance. This will be a cakewalk.
This is what we've waited for.
We've prepared for this. But they're bigger than us. They're all talk. Our team is not afraid to fight.
We are the husband and wife law team.
Call the husband and wife law team first.
That was great, Alexis. I didn't even get hit this year.
Start the fourth quarter 38-0 in favor of the Boyz. A continuous clock, 35-plus point lead for the Boyz. So the final 10 minutes, they start the clock. 1st and 10 Boyz from their own 45-yard line. They took over on downs from the Wolfpack. Escobedo out of the shotgun. Misdirection play on a handoff. Racing to the left and close to the first down marker. I believe it's Caden Turner, it is. Turner, the starting quarterback, picking up 9 at the running back position. So they've got decisions to make now. Both guys are great quarterbacks, Escobedo and Turner. I mean, when you continue to go into the high school level, who's going to be the number one guy, at quarterback? And they're both wonderful quarterbacks. But Turner could be a very good running back. You could move him to that. But he's a good passer, too. So be decisions to be made. A good problem to have. 2nd down and 1 for the Boyz, the 46-yard line of the Wolfpack. Handoff to Brown inside. A penalty marker comes in, and tackle on the far side. Jacob Martinez for the Wolfpack tore him down, and a penalty marker comes in, and that penalty will go against the Wolfpack. Not quite sure what that was. 8:45 and ticking in the fourth quarter. Wolfpack, or I should say Boyz, up 38-0. Continuous clock with the lead being over 35 points. I guess too many men on the field for the Wolfpack. They'll tack on more yardage down to the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Boyz, the 30-yard line of the Wolfpack. Escobedo will go out of the shotgun. Turner, the running back, 4 receivers on 1st and 10. Handoff to Turner straight ahead, barrels into the secondary. Stays on his feet and taken down around the 13-yard line, gain of 17. Yeah, keep an eye on this Maryvale program. They've got some real up-and-comers. Once these guys get to high school, don't be surprised if a lot of these guys aren't playing starting in the on the varsity as freshmen. It's the word. They're awfully good. 1st and 10 for the Boyz, the 13-yard line of the Wolfpack. 7:15 and ticking here in the fourth quarter, 38-0. Boyz leading it. MJ Escobedo brings in the play for the Vale Boyz.
And the fact that these guys are playing spring ball and fall, you're getting double the experience.
Right. 1st and 10, Boyz, the 13-yard line of the Wolfpack. Escobedo out of the shotgun. 4 receivers. Escobedo throws towards the end zone. It's complete for a touchdown. Tomasio. Tomasio with his 3rd touchdown reception of the evening. It goes for 13 yards, and it's 44-0 in favor of the Boyz here with 6:10 and ticking here in the fourth quarter. And that was into some tight coverage. Escobedo throws such a nice ball, and that's not to take anything away from Caden Turner. He's tremendous, too. Mentioned a good problem to have. A 2-point conversion kick. Turner's kick is up. It is good. A 2-point conversion kick. It is now 46-0 in favor of the Boyz. 5:40 and ticking here in the fourth quarter. The game 2 weeks ago, the Boyz, I believe, beat the Junior Demons, and that was over a 40-0 lead. So we've seen these guys play twice, and they've been outstanding. It makes you wonder who they lost to. Brown will kick off for the Boyz. Again, back deep. Baggett here on the near side. Martinez on the far side for the Wolfpack, standing back at the 10-yard line. Brown with a good leg will probably kick it deep. His last one, Martinez touched it and went out of bounds at the 3-yard line, pinned him deep. Brown to kick off for the Boyz, and this one he nails. From the 12-yard line, it's Baggett here to the near side, and he's banged up at the 28-yard line. Penalty marker comes in late. In on the action, Cameron Bridey, 16-yard return, a late penalty. Now I don't see the penalty. I guess it was picked up, but clock continues to tick at 4 and ticking here in the fourth quarter, a continuous clock as the lead is over 35. 46-0, Boyz lead it. Wolfpack 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line. I mentioned the Wolfpack kind of a younger team. They've got a lot of guys, at least some, that are 12 years old. Maximilian Hart, the running back, 25. Vaughn, the quarterback, on 1st down and 10. Handoff to Hart going left. They hit him low. It was Masio with the low tackle. That's the way to do it with Hart. You can't tackle him up high. 3:14 and ticking in the fourth quarter, 46-0 in favor of the Boyz. So we've had 2 shutouts today. The first game, the Santan Falcons winning 24-0 over the Raiders AZ, and this game is 46-0 Boyz. 2:55 and ticking here in the fourth quarter with a continuous clock. 2nd down and 9 for the Wolfpack from their own 29. Vaughn goes under center on 2nd down and 9. A handoff going right this time. And a big hit out of bounds. Jacob Martinez got the carry. And it was Isaiah Johnson making a big stick. He's another outstanding ball player for the Boyz. Big hit here on the near sideline. Approaching 2 minutes remaining in this ball game. Continuous clock, 46-0 Boyz. So Martinez getting a carry. That was a gain of 6, 3rd down and 3. The Wolfpack from their own 35-yard line. They called a timeout. The clock continues to tick. I guess it was a timeout. Clock continues to run. Well, at 46-0, it might as well keep it going. 3rd down and 3 for the Wolfpack from their own 35. Hart, the running back. Vaughn out of the shotgun. Continuous clock. Vaughn lofts it to the near side, and this is completed midfield to Keith Fallon. Fallon went up and made a great play, a pickup of 19 down to the 46-yard line. A nice throw by Vaughn also. Well, when you've got a younger team playing, they're basically around the same age, but it is classified. I mean, the head coach, Costas, said that, they're a little on the younger side. So you play a little tougher competition. It helps you later on. This ball is complete to the far side. Brown made a huge hit on the far side on David De La Rosa. 50 seconds and ticking. Big hit by Brown. A loss of 5 on the play. 2nd and 15 for the Wolfpack back on the 49-yard line. Maybe the final play of the ball game. Vaughn throws here near side. It goes incomplete to Josiah Mendoza. And the clock continues to tick. 24 seconds. 3rd and 15. Wolfpack from their own 49. I guess they'll get one more play off, but ball is snapped and, no whistle. Hart has got it, and Brown takes him down. Just don't get anybody hurt out there. That is the end of the ball game with the Vale boys winning by a score of 46-0. They run their record to 5-2. Wolfpack drops to 2-5 for Jeff Lowry. I'm